Hey folks, Zzing here. Welcome back to Zzing's Indie Gallery. My goal, as always, is to try and highlight interesting looking indie games which may have flown under your radar. In today's video, we're going to be looking at a game called Wanderstop. This is a game by a relatively new game studio called Ivy Road. Now, it's a new studio, but it's got some pretty big names behind it, including Davey Redden. He's the creator of the Stanley Parable and the Beginner's Guide. We've got Carla Zimonia, who was in charge of the studio, or co-founded the studio, that created Gone Home, and also worked on Tacoma, Bioshock 2, Minerva's Den. And if you're listening to this amazing music, you might recognize the works of C418. He created the music, of course, for Minecraft. Indie gaming is one of the most exciting and creative spaces in the games industry today. The sheer quality of the games we're seeing is absolutely astounding. In 2025 alone, we've had, among other stellar indie games, Repo, Keep Driving, Ender Magnolia, Rift of the Necrodancer, and of course, who could forget Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Anyway, this one looks like it's going to be very promising. It's a game that's got all the vibes, all the feels. It's, on paper at least, it's a cozy tea shop simulator. So you'll be growing your own teas and fruits. You'll be creating new hybrid plants to create tea with. You'll be running the shop. You'll be serving customers. You'll be researching new types of plants to grow. And maybe, just maybe along the way, you might learn a lesson or two. Anyway, this one looks like it's going to be promising. This is, on paper at least, it's a cozy tea shop simulator. You're running a tea shop, you're growing plants, you're growing fruit, you're serving customers, you're maybe researching new plants to grow. We haven't quite gotten to that point. What I'm playing here is just a demo. The full game is releasing on the 11th of March, so just a day away. If this is something that you think you like, if you like what you see, if you like what you're feeling, if you like the vibes that the game absolutely exudes through its pores, then I'll have a link for you in the description down below. It'll take you straight to the store's Steam page where you can wishlist it. Or if you're watching this after the 11th of March, you can try the demo, you can buy the game. But yeah, hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you for dropping by. I wanted to come back in to bring you back to the main menu because I just discovered something, and this is so charming. When you move the cursor, you play a note. Hope you can hear that. And I'm guessing that this note is actually part of a hidden loop for this particular track that's playing over the main menu. So when you change notes, when you select a new item on the menu, the note that's played is something that coincides with the song as it's playing at the moment, right? So you can just sit at the main menu, play some music. Oh, that's so cute. Anyway, back to the game. All right, let's dive on in.
My name is Alta, and I am a fighter. When you're in a fight with someone, only one thing matters. Control. Are you in control or not? Because if you're not, here's what happens. You get hit. Hard. You feel scared. You submit. But if you do the work, if you put in the hours, if you give yourself no excuses, then you take back control. That feeling right there. The moment when you realize that your pain does not have to be an impediment, but it can be what drives you. That's the reason why I became a fighter. It's why I pushed myself harder than anybody I have ever known. I trained like my life depended on it. I did the time. I put in the work. And so, to this day, I have not lost a fight in 3.5 years. Undefeated for that long. God, it took everything, but I earned it. This is what I devoted my entire life to. Finally. I'm here. I made it. I can... I lost? How? No. I must have gotten sloppy. Complacent. I must have slacked on my training. I'm so stupid! But I can use this failure to push myself even harder. Train myself back up better than ever. Right. Maybe the loss was actually a lesson I needed. Once I've made it back to the top, I'll never Again. I'm a failure. I'm weak. I'm a failure. I'm a failure. I don't deserve it. I don't want to be this person. No. Snap out of it, Alta. Do not go to that place again. Take responsibility. This can be fixed. Only one person in the world is good enough to train me back up. Master Winters. She was an unrivaled fighter in her time. A god. She'll know what to do. Her home lies deep within a forest, at the edge of the world. I'll find her no matter what it takes. I'll do whatever she demands of me. And when I leave this place, it will be on nobody's terms, but mine.
As you can probably already tell, this game is pretty narrative heavy. Although it's still billed as a cozy farm sim style game, there's definitely quite a lot of narrative packed into this. Oh, what? I wanted you to take a break. I'm on your side, Alta. If you're tired, stop, and then pick it up again in 5 minutes or so. Man, looks like you've been skipping arm day as well. Hey, what's happening here? Sword is heavy. It's a burden. Just leave it. You'll come back as a new person, and you can pick up the sword again and wield it better than ever before. That's the way. Just take a break. Maybe I'd be more convincing if this wasn't a video game and I knew that the game wouldn't stop there. I'm also curious why you're wearing like a neckerchief, like a bandit. Looks like you're ready to rob someone. You're a regular old highwayman. This art style makes me feel really happy. It's got a very smooth, kind of cartoony look to it. Not unlike something you would get from like a Disney or Pixar or a DreamWorks animation. Definitely is very charming. Alright, that's enough story for now. I'm gonna go ahead and finish out the rest of this conversation, and I'll bring you back in when the gameplay starts. Alrighty, welcome back. This is Wanderstop. Now, I've always wondered what it would be like, oh, pun not intended, to have a tea shop of my own. I'm not a big tea drinker, but I feel like there's something to be said about having a tea shop, welcoming guests, finding the right tea for them, and going through the whole procedure, the whole process of preparing them a nice cup of tea. Probably not a very viable business option, but that's okay. I feel like it's something that could be good for the soul, you know? All right, so it looks like as part of this game, we're going to be growing, harvesting, preparing, serving tea, all that good stuff. And I can't help but think that this reminds me, at least the art style perspective, it really reminds me a bit of Slime Rancher. And that was also another really gorgeous game. I've got absolutely nothing bad to say about it. It's making me feel really tingly inside. Also, for your information, I'm currently playing with an Xbox controller. The game does support keyboard and mouse, but the way it's laid out, it's kind of strange. The mouse isn't really used for anything other than left click to accept or advance. So honestly, I think the best experience would be to use a controller for it. Mind you, I am playing the demo, and when the game releases on the 11th of March, nearly there now, it may have improved or expanded keyboard and mouse controls. So I don't know. Stay tuned for that. We're just going through the process here of collecting some tea. Of course, I feel like real tea plantations wouldn't grab the whole bush, but hey, what do I know? Now we've put the tea into this basket here. It's going to dry. You can see that timer is ticking down in real time. Meanwhile, let's see what else Boro has for us. Boro, buddy, I'll do you one better. I'm not going to just grab the watering can. I'm going to go ahead and grab everything. In the grand tradition of gamers everywhere, anything that isn't nailed down is coming with me. Thank you. Alrighty, so there you are. Ah, such a gorgeous soundscape. C418, you've done it again. Alright, there's a blue fern in the garden, and we need to make it bigger. You would think that it's fairly straightforward, but apparently things happen in a grid-based pattern. Sorry, a hex-based pattern. So if I add 2 additional plants to either side, it's going to form a line and clump up into a bigger plant egg. I must have slept through this in biology, but a plant egg, it's gonna, what, hatch into a bigger fern? I guess we'll find out, hey? Alright, so I've got the plants in my hand. I'm gonna plant one right there, and one more right there, and oh man, okay. It does not look like a cabbage from hell or anything like that. Do I assume I have to water it? This is usually how things go, isn't it? Alright, watering the plants. Pretty standard fare so far. Can I... There we go. Hold A to fill. Alright, here we go. Man, that is either it's a very big watering can, or that tap really doesn't flow very much water. Okay. Oh, and instant growth. Okay, great. And some more water? Yep, there you go. More again. How much water do you need? Are you happy? I think it's happy. Alright. I'm done. It's a small hybrid. Looks pretty large. It ate 2 other ferns to get there. You know, in real life, I don't really have a green thumb. I've always loved the idea of having my own little garden. Something with herbs, some edible fruits and vegetables and stuff like that, but never really managed to make that happen. Maybe this is where I'm going to achieve that, hey? Right. Okay, I've watered it. Do I need to wait? Oh, hang on. If I stash my watering can. Aha! There you go. Oh, you can see the seeds on the plant itself. There you go. Alright, so now I've got 6. I can create 2 more hybrid plants. Does it work? Oh, okay. I wonder what's gonna happen to the plants on either side. I suppose it'll be absorbed. It's a bit like Scrabble, right? I can use the ends to flow into the next one. I guess we'll find out. Ah, yes. Excellent. I didn't have to plant individual rows, which would have used up 6 seeds. Of course, I can do math. More water, okay. Oh man, I kind of just dipped the can in the pond. I mean, it's literally right there. Anyway. More seeds. More seeds. And one more for you. And are you going to stick around if I water you? Yes. Okay, and I only have to do it once. Okay, so more seeds. Now what? I mean, am I going to be using these plants to make tea? What's the deal here? Stash you, stash you. All right, Boro, what do you got for us? Yep. Just several dozen more steps to go. Oh, goody. This will be the tutorial from hell if it's really that long. Large hybrids. All right. Oh, large hybrids give us fruit. Wait, are we still making tea here? What's happening? Oh, large hybrids use a triangular pattern. We do not have to reuse any of the plants we planted to make a small hybrid. So I have to create an entirely new shape out of the blue seeds. Okay. Let's give that a try, shall we? Blue seeds, 24. One here, one here, one here, and one here. Boop. We've gotten our plant egg to pop up. Now we're going to go ahead and water that sucker. Oh, that is a large hybrid. Goodness, okay. You can grow fruit on it by watering it. I wish it were that easy in real life. Never have to worry about going to buy fruit and vegetables at the store ever again. Oh, you know what? I haven't checked yet if we can swim. Shall we find out? Nope. It's a hard boundary. All right, no swimming for you, Alta. I'm sorry. Oh, yes, it's fine. Let's gather up that fruit. Wait, is that it? Do I only get 2? Okay, well, that should be enough for the purposes of this tutorial. I made fruit. Great. In just about a minute. Can make more fruit. Oh, we are making tea from fruit. I'm pretty sure that's not how they make fruit tea. But let's go along with it for now, shall we? Oh man, this is also kind of making me think of cooking in Breath of the Wild, where you just have to throw ingredients into a hot pan and see what happens. Bet you if I mix different types of seeds and different patterns, I'll get different results, which will result in different teas and all that jazz. Yes, Boro, I absolutely feel accomplished. Shall we make some tea now? That's what you invited me to do, after all. Didn't say too much about gardening when you were trying to sway me over to become one of your minions. Yes, it's finally time to make tea. Ooh, is that mold? Sorry, buddy, you really got to scrub your balcony and walls a little bit. Goodness. No break. I was all for breaks before, but let's just go. Tea machine. Oh, wow, it's a whole tree. Oh, that is amazing. So ridiculously whimsical. Ooh, we've got to. Okay. Glad that we're not afraid of heights. I assume we have to pour in some water, work the bellows to boil the water. I assume then we'll be using the tea ball from the leaves we gathered earlier and flavor it with chip fruit. Yes, they're written down. Show me. Climb the ladder to the rope at the top, pull the rope. Yes, pour in as much water as you need, and then we'll cross the next bridge when we get to it. Okay. So we're going up. Can you imagine having to do this every time you wanted to make a cup of tea or a cup of coffee? That would be exhausting. Alright, heat the water. We're climbing down the ladder to use the bellows. Pump the bellows while keeping the heat at exactly the right temperature. And how do we know what the temperature needs to be? Okay, I guess it's indicated by this hashed out section of the thermostat, we're gonna call it. Steaming hot water. Excellent. Sure. Keep giving me instructions. We'll get to the end together. Rotate the ladder until you reach the valve. Kick the valve. It'll transfer the boiling water over to the infuser. Use left stick to rotate. Oh, wow, okay. Is this the valve? It might not be the valve. Is this the valve? No. This valve? This valve? Oh my gosh, I am already confused. Wait, I was trying to kick it. Why can't I kick it? Alright, the field guide is there for a reason. Oh no, they didn't give us the rest of the pages I needed. Wait, tasks? Flip page. Ah, okay. Kick the valve on the side of the water tank. Yes. Well, alright, hang on. Oh, up there. Oh my gosh, alright. There we go. Alright, we're going to add our ingredients to the infuser. You can reach the infuser from the bridge or while still on the ladder. Although, I'll be honest, if you had a ladder that was this fun to use, why wouldn't you want to use it? Alright, so we're heading over to the infuser. Here? Here. And we're going with Chip Chip. Oh, you know what? I need to grab the T-ball, actually. Let's do that real quick. Are you dry? Oh, you are dry. You're so cute. Come here, bud. One of you, and you're going back into the tea infuser. There you go. All right, we've got one tea ball and one Chip Chip. And we're making, I suppose, Chip Chip tea. All right, so let's see. Get back on the ladder. We're going to kick this valve to release the infused mixture into the pyramid, which is, I assume, our dispensing unit. Yep. You know what? If there was a tea shop like this, I would be there every weekend. Especially if I can make my own tea blend. How cool would that be? Now, where do I find the cups? Are you clean? I think you look clean. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pour ourselves a nice cup of tea. Pour ourselves a nice cup of tea. Do I have to stop it? Does it stop automatically? It does not stop automatically. Oh no. I'm so sorry. I just wasted a whole bunch of precious tea. All right. Now what? You can try this first, Boro. Good luck. Oh, that's amazing. We get to make cookies or cake or anything else like that? Is that why you've got a wooden spoon on your apron? The color palette in this game is also really delightful. Like, it's very charming. It's very different. It's definitely not what you would see in real life. You can tell we're in a bit of a pocket dimension here, I think. But it does make me feel happy. That's very true. Everyone at some point has come up against the point where they need to decide whether they want to change their goals in life. I've had to do something very similar recently, and we'll see how it works out. But be bold, my friends. Forward with whatever it is you wish to do. Miss, I feel like you might be projecting a bit on me. Oh. I feel like you've been struck by the curse of the metaphor. We've now got a literal sword on the stone scenario happening here. Maybe, Alta, maybe this is the training that you've been seeking all along.
Think, Alta. Why are you here in this forest? Because of those fights. I lost. I lost, and there was no good reason. I lost! It was so stupid! I was undefeated for over 3 years! Remember how bad it felt, Alta? How you wanted to die? That's why you're here, in this forest. Hold on to that feeling. Hold on to that...
Anger is a poor motivation. Anger fades. Maybe you're tired because you need a cup of tea to give you a bit more energy, to rejuvenate yourself. Make it so that you can keep going again. Hashtag not a therapist. I feel like they could have made this into a looping horror game a la PT, and I would not be surprised. Like, the art style would definitely put you off and kind of make you get your guard down a bit until wham, you're groundhogged dayed over and over again. Productivity. Does anyone remember from the COVID days there was this phenomenon called toxic positivity? That was something that hit me pretty hard as well. I felt like I had to spend all my waking hours trying to do work better, improve myself. A lot of people were putting these things out on social media as well, and it was something that the world had to discover and wake up to. It's like the exit's there when you're ready to take it. But for now, why don't you stay here and recover? Well, I'll tell you what, for me and for what I've gone through with my career, this game's hitting me pretty hard so far. It's definitely speaking to some experiences that I've lived. Maybe it'll speak to some experiences that you've lived through as well. If you like what you see so far, and keeping in mind this is a demo, I don't really know what the actual gameplay will be like. But if this vibe is something that you're feeling, if you want to give this game a shot, it's releasing in just a day. There's also a demo up. If you want to give that a shot for yourself, you can try it too. But I think this is definitely one I will be keeping a very close eye on, and I might have to give it a go when it releases on the 11th of March. For now, this is a very unorthodox demo for a perhaps unorthodox game. I know there wasn't a lot of gameplay, but if it's something that makes you feel seen, heard, good, relieved, comforted perhaps, and you like the idea of a cozy tea shop farming simulator cultivating game, yeah, this one might be the game for you. For now, this has been Zzing. Thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you in the next one.